Hello, everybody. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Sabrina Smart, and I am a doTERRA wellness advocate and also a paramedic. So I'm going to walk you through why copaiba oil is so much far superior than using CBDs or cannabis for our bodies. I want to walk you through this because we now have a fantastic product that is now available in Europe called CP Softgels. If you are in America or Canada, they're called copaiba Softgels. In England, we have CP Softgels. Okay, just so you know that it's the same thing that you're after. I've just got back from the European Convention, and I want to share with you some of our notes that we have from Dr. Brannick Riggs when he was talking through about copaiba. So obviously you can use the oil and you can use veggie caps. If you want to take it internally, you can still do that, but these are just really handy, ready-made to go. Okay, so we want to talk a little bit about internal in our bodies. So we have different receptor sites in our bodies. We have CB1 receptors. These are found in our central nervous system, so into our brain areas. Okay, so then we also have CB2 receptors. These are found in various tissues throughout the body, but has the greatest concentration in our immune system. CB2 receptors have also been shown to modulate acute pain, inflammatory pain, surgical pain, and pain associated with injury. Okay, so that's why we love our CB2 receptors. So CB2 receptor activation affects multiple pathways in the inflammatory response. Cannabinoids stimulate anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects that are beneficial to the endocannabinoid system. In reality, there's many of cannabinoids found in plants and some in our bodies, and they're produced naturally, but we're going to focus on three main phytocannabinoids that are found from plants. Okay, so phyto plants. Okay, so we're going to find those ones. There's more than 70 plant cannabinoids in all, but we just want to focus on three. So the first one we're going to focus on is cannabidiol. I always get the right words, and that is CBD. Okay, so this is your CBD oil. It's one of many cannabinoids produced by cannabis, secondary only to the THC, which is in abundance. So we'll cover THC in a minute, but this is the CBD. These plants are derived from cannabinoids or phytocannabinoids, characterized by their ability to react on the cannabinoid receptors directly or indirectly, having an effect on our endocannabinoid system. Although it is an cannabinoid, CBD does not directly interact with the two classical receptors. So it doesn't interact with your CB1s, central nervous system, doesn't interact with your other ones in your body and in your immune cells, doesn't interact with them. So partially explains why, in contrast with THC, CBD is non-psychoactive. So it doesn't bind directly to those receptors, which will allow it to be psychoactive. While THC is a principal psychoactive component of cannabis and has certain medical uses, CBD does stand out because it is both non-psychoactive and displays a broad range of medical applications. These properties make it especially attractive as an agent. So why does CBD have so much potential? It's because it's famous for its properties that it holds for supporting treatment-resistant forms of childhood epilepsy. There is a number of clinical trials and things if you want to look into those, but just keep that in mind when you're thinking about CBD. So CBD is a good thing, but it is making sure that you have those right levels of CBD, and that is the problem we have in the market today. Is so many CBD oils are not that percentage that you think you're getting. So CBD is one form of cannabinoid. We're now going to look at tetrahydrocannabinoid. That is THC, tetrahydrocannabinol. So this interacts directly with both CB1 and CB2 receptors. So this chemical compound is what gives cannabis its psychoactive effects, because it's binding with that CB1 receptor in the brain. Anything containing this molecule is a regulatory nightmare, and it is a significant legal challenge. And there's lots of questions around its benefits. Okay, so this is your illegal drug. The ones containing THC are the ones that are going to give a psychoactive effect. We don't want those in our lives. Then we're now going to talk about beta-caryophyllene. So beta-caryophyllene is a secreterpene found in copaiba essential oil. In your copaiba. Recently, it's been found to bind to the cannabinoid receptors in our bodies. So unlike cannabis, the THC, which binds to both CB1 and CB2, body immune system, this only exclusively binds to CB2 receptors, immune system, inside our bodies, inside our cells. So the data suggests that beta-caryophyllene is a promoter of the immune system by a CB2 receptor binding while avoiding that psychoactive effect because it's not binding to the CB1 receptors. And as far as we know, the highest amount of beta-caryophyllene content is found in copaiba. In contrast with caryophyllene found in hemp oil, which is less than 2%. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a little example of how it binds to receptors. So we're going to use a baseball mitt. So we have here a baseball mitt. Okay, so we have a baseball mitt and we have a baseball. Okay, so the ball is your beta-caryophyllene and it's cruising along the system. So here down it comes and it finds a receptor, the mitt. Okay, so this is your receptor cell. It will bind into the pocket of the mitt and it's now staying there. And what will happen is it now changes the receptor. So as you can see, as your hand turns, it's now become a different, it's been changed. Notice that the baseball mitt has to change to hold the ball. So it's got here, it has to, obviously this is quite a small mitt, but it has to change to hold the ball. And as it changes, something inside the cell has to change also. And remember we say CBD also binds, but only loosely, and this receptor, but it binds like this, right? So you've now got CBD. This is now CBD, not beta-caryophyllene. It's now coming along, but it binds to your receptor, but it binds like this on top of your receptor. So as you can see, it's not very stable and it's not doing as much work as your beta-caryophyllene, which is getting right into that receptor cell and it's not being released. Okay, so you can see the difference. So you have CBD on your receptor and you have beta-caryophyllene, copaiba, in your receptors. Okay, it's not very strong when it is on the top, whereas beta-caryophyllene binds directly into the pocket of the receptors, is much stronger binding when it binds into that pocket than it would be if it was falling off. So hopefully we now understand the difference between CBD on top of the glove and copaiba in the glove. The other thing that is true about this example is when the baseball is in the mitt, it is really hard to catch a second baseball in it. So it's not going to put something else into that receptor site. So you've now got your wonderful CBD, your wonderful beta-caryophyllene in that receptor site, and it's not letting go of it. We're keeping it, which means that it's working on your immune cells. Over time, it will eventually degrade and will just disappear out of that receptor site. And then the receptor site is then ready for receiving another beta-caryophyllene or whatever else is going into that receptor site. So as we look at this and we understand the science behind this, let's look at the downstream effects that are happening inside the cell once the molecule is in that receptor site. So molecule in, what effects are we now going to have on the body? So the effects of binding the beta-caryophyllene is found in things that may be familiar to many of us. So basically, it's helping our neurosystem be healthier. Okay, so beta-caryophyllene is also found in many of our other oils. So we have 21% in black pepper, 13% in melissa and ylang ylang, 8% in clove, and 5% in helichrysum and juniper berry. GCMS assessments have shown that many sources of copaiba essential oil compose of more than 50% beta-caryophyllene. Remember I said a minute ago, hemp oil has 2% beta-caryophyllene. Okay, so this is fantastic. So not surprisingly, the properties of this oil are becoming more and more popular and a topic of research. 70 peer-reviewed studies evaluating the benefits of copaiba, and there's several of which focus on the CB2 binding properties and its association with health benefits. So even at 5 milligrams taken internally, it has been shown to reduce discomfort. At 25 milligrams, shown to reduce bowel irritation. At 50 milligrams, it supports better mood and helps to handle stress better. And at 100 milligrams, it can modulate our cognitive responses for the better. So just so that you know, in our CP plus capsules, there is 120 milligrams. So not your 5 milligrams, 25, 50, 100, 125 milligrams. So it's going to do all of those things we've just mentioned. Then I'm just going to cover past these others. So this gives us an overarching support to having a healthier inflammatory response. Okay, so if you have long-term conditions with inflammation, you could take 1 to 2 capsules 3 times a day. If you're dealing with a short-term issue, so you want to maybe you've been to the gym, you can take it before or after you go to the gym. And you might want to take 1 or 2 capsules as needed. So it's up to you how you take them. I take a capsule before I go to bed, really helps me at nighttime. And I also take them during the day. Anytime I feel agitation or stress, that also helps as well. Also, as a little heads up, copaiba is now being added to our deep blue rub and our deep blue oil. So we already have it in our deep blue stick. We already have our copaiba and deep blue baby that's been made, and we have it in our stick. It's now been shown to have such wonderful effects that we are now adding it into deep blue rub and our deep blue oil. If you are watching this and you don't know, how do I get copaiba in my life? Then please message me. In the notes section, I'm going to pop on there my details and how you can use a link generator to literally just order what you would like through me. If you are one of my existing customers, you can do that through your own account, or if you haven't got an account yet, again, you can contact me or also use the link generators. Hope you have a lovely day. Hope you've enjoyed listening to CP Softgels, and we'll speak to you very soon. See you later.